Detroit Sports Show Beyond the Box. We are back, ready to kick off hopefully what is a long weekend for you. I know it's a long weekend for me. Is it a long weekend for you, Eric?
No, it's not. But
Oh,
mentally, I'll do what I can to make it seem like it is.
okay. Okay. Well, at the end of the day, it's still we're coming up on the weekend, and that's a good thing. We've got a
Yes.
lot packed into a show tonight. We're talking about homeless quarterbacks. We're going to grade a few mock drafts as well. Before we get to that, though, I want to remind you that we have super chat and super stickers, the fun and interactive way to engage with Beyond the Box during these live segments, Mondays and Thursday nights. So send messages and stickers that stand out from the crowd while supporting the show. Just click that $ icon and follow the on-screen instructions, and let's grow this Detroit sports community together. And along with that, too, you also have gearupdetroit.shop, which is going to pop up on your screen like this down below every so often. So make sure you check out the latest gear from the official shop of Detroit Sports Nation. Here's what we got. We got homeless quarterbacks, mainly Aaron Rodgers is who we're talking about. And we're going to grade a few mock drafts as well. All that's coming at you tonight. Are you ready, Eric?
Let's do it. I'm ready, man.
Let's go,
Let's get
baby.
it.
All right, here we go. Aaron Rodgers still without a home. The Packers don't want him. The Jets want him, but the Packers don't want him to go to the Jets, apparently. And now there's another team that's potentially in the mix. Eric, at a certain point, we just got to say, go away.
Get the hell out of here. Go work at UPS, bro. Like, I'm tired of this. I'm so sick of hearing this dude's name.
What do we make about this whole Jets and Packers situation? It's been a couple weeks now since Aaron Rodgers went on the Pat McAfee show and had his, all about me moment. Says he wants to play for the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, that loses all leverage for the Packers with the Jets.
Yep.
Not to mention the astronomical price tag that comes with it, the $40 million or whatever he's owed this season. No wonder a deal's not getting done.
Yeah. I think it's 50, to be honest with you.
It might even be 50. I think it is. I think you're right.
It's so bizarre. If I'm not mistaken, the pushback is obviously all the compensation. They've been talking about this for a while. I think the Jets want the Packers want a first rounder back, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think they want to give that up for him. So for that, I think it's definitely unfortunate for them. But for me, I'm more shocked with the team that's allegedly interested. Why would the Niners of all teams be the one to intrigue or call out about Rodgers? Like, y'all have enough problems at quarterback as it is anyway. With Brock Purdy's success, and obviously with him being injured, it's going to be a little murky situation getting him back together. And you still don't know what you have in Trey Lance, who you traded 3 first-round picks to get. You don't have no more capital to really be dishing around like that, especially for a 40-year-old quarterback who I was about to say something bad. I'll just be
I'm glad you
professional about
didn't.
it.
I'm
Who
really glad that
loses
you
his
didn't.
mind on occasion. I don't understand this at all. This is a very, very bizarre situation. But Aaron Rodgers is in the middle of it, so it must make sense.
It's awful.
Yes.
It's so bad, man. I'm so done with Aaron Rodgers, actually. Like, this guy, like, he's coming off one of his worst seasons. I get it. He makes this whole big all about me presentation on Pat McAfee, which was just downright putrid. I mean, there has never been a more narcissistic moment I have seen in my lifetime. That's how bad this was. And I watched it. You didn't watch it, which I understand why you didn't. But
No.
at the same time, my question more or less goes to what in the world are the Packers doing here?
They don't even know. It seems like
Because one, maybe they've never been in this situation. I get that, but at the same time, if you don't compromise at some point and realize you're not getting a first round pick for Aaron Rodgers, it's
mm-mm,
not happening.
mm-mm.
How in the world is this going to get resolved? Like, man, I don't really like this is driving me insane because I I can't stand this guy. And it just seems like he's going to keep popping up. He's going to keep popping up. I thought we were done with him in the NFC North. Maybe the Packers end up stuck with him for another season. What happens if they can't get a trade done?
And you got him sitting on the bench with $50 million on his
I mean,
books.
he probably would just retire at that point, would be my guess.
Maybe.
But seriously, like, what are we doing?
This is sadly, like you just said it, the Packers are not going to get a first in return for them. And this makes them look, I don't want to say as dumb because Aaron has put himself in a whole other class of just stupidity, but it goes back to the Jordan Love pick. Like, y'all were going to have to parlay up to a contract extension with Aaron Rodgers. And even if you're not getting the results that you want, he's coming off of MVPs and taking y'all to the NFC Championship. Granted, he's underperformed and he has been overrated wildly. I still think it's crazy. Y'all traded up to get a quarterback while keeping him for another few years in the process. Like, it didn't work. Like, granted, it worked okay because Rodgers was good during Favre, but it still put them in a position where they were struggling for a year. They were still trying to work out their books and some of their contract issues that they were having. Now it's even worse at this point, I believe, because you traded up and went and got him. This is worse than it feels like when they had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. They look just as dumb as him in this situation.
It couldn't have happened to a better franchise.
Honestly.
It couldn't have happened to a better person.
Yes.
I just want it done. I don't know. The sooner the NFL is rid of Aaron Rodgers, I feel like the better it's going to be.
It must be. It
Because
has to be.
this is just absolutely nuts. And
Yes.
then now, you brought it up, so let's talk about this. Now, there's another team that potentially is loading up to make a pick for or a trade for Aaron Rodgers, which is the San Francisco 49ers. So, like, I understand there's a little bit of like lunacy that comes with living on the left coast. I get that. But really? 49ers? You have the second best odds to win the Super Bowl. You're arguably the best team in the NFC. And you want to forfeit your future for a quarterback that's going to cost you $50 million and drama?
Exactly.
And drama.
Lots
It's
of
not
drama.
even the money at this point. It's like
Right.
the distractions and off the field stuff that comes with Aaron Rodgers is just not worth it.
No. Not in the slightest. And I don't think his play style complements them enough. Like, to me, I'm not trying to go down this path, but to me, it to an extent reminds me of, like, again, I'm playing Madden in my head when I'm putting this scenario in my mind. So look at the Lions and the positions that they have. I love Goff, but I would still love an athletic quarterback with those weapons around, with the creativity the Lions have. San Francisco, to me, is the exact same way. Kyle Shanahan and that creative offense with the weapons they have, with the Deebo Samuel, with Brandon Ayuk, with George Kittle, a top 3 tight end, with Christian McCaffrey. I love who they went after and got. Like, that was supposed to be your cherry on the top move, was adding him. You don't bring on a 50-year-old pushing quarterback named Aaron Rodgers who's declining wildly at this point, where you're gonna basically, if you don't win the Super Bowl, you've crippled your team for the next 5 years at this point, based on what you already did with Trey Lance, on top of potentially bringing him in as well. Makes no sense. Even if you do get capital back for Brock Purdy, I don't see it matching what you would have to cough up to bring in an Aaron Rodgers.
No.
It just makes no sense.
Absolutely not. So we want to know what you guys think that are watching. Like, how does this Aaron Rodgers situation get resolved? Will Aaron Rodgers head to the Jets or potentially head to another team? Or maybe not even play football at all. Maybe the Packers can't find a deal because they're being idiots about the whole thing and saying we want a first-round pick and a Matthew Stafford return. You're not getting a Matthew Stafford return for Aaron
No,
Rodgers.
absolutely not. You're not. No,
You're
it's not
absolutely
happening.
not getting
It's
a
not
Matthew
happening.
Stafford return.
There's,
I
there's,
love it because it's comical. Like, let the Packers become what the Lions once were.
yes.
I'm okay with that.
Yes.
I have no problem with that.
Mm-hmm. They've been getting a lot of not pushback. They've been getting a lot of scrutiny for their handling of their franchise building and I guess the supporting cast that you build around Rodgers. I love seeing that be the demise of the Packers. I also love how, to me, like, you are one of the kings of this, where you don't like diva receivers. You don't like
I for
drama in the
sure
locker
don't
room.
like diva quarterbacks.
But I feel like this one is not getting enough pushback. Like, I know it's a lot of jokes,
for
like,
sure.
but
For sure.
what he's doing to two teams at this point, he's holding back the Jets and the Packers. I don't understand like how he's like getting off scot-free about this, because he is showing that it's not receivers. It's guys like him too that are just as problematic in the league.
I'm going to make a statement, and I know you're going to agree with it.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
But the flack that Lamar Jackson is receiving is exactly what should be tossed on Aaron Rodgers right now.
Mic drop. Boom.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like, why is Lamar, who's arguably at this point in his career a better quarterback, and I would rather have Lamar Jackson than Aaron Rodgers on my team, why is he receiving the criticism that he's receiving? And all of this situation, and I get it, right? The way that Aaron Rodgers kind of positioned this on the Pat McAfee show is like, it's out of my hands. I can't do anything. Oh,
Right.
here's a list of guys I want to play with. I want to play with the Jets. All of this different stuff. How is this not becoming more about the problem that Aaron Rodgers is?
Right.
But yet Lamar is going to sit there and people are like, oh, we absolutely don't want to sign him because he gets hurt. Hey, guess what? The reason he got hurt was standing in the pocket. Did you see what Tyrann Mathieu said today?
I did.
I know
I saw that.
Lanes,
yeah,
but he said all these people talking about him getting hurt. He's never taken a heavy hit when he runs.
Yes,
because you can't hit him hard when he runs.
Exactly.
The two injuries that he's had were standing in the pocket.
Yep. He said,
and I haven't like verified that, but I trust the Honey Badger because he's the guy trying to chase him down.
Yeah.
So, like, Lamar, yes, he's painted himself into this corner as receiving a lot of flack. Some of it definitely undue flack. But where is all of the same outrage for this guy that is holding a franchise hostage?
Yes.
Straight up.
Two franchises.
Well, and that's self-imposed on the Jets. So that's kind of their fault. And it's fair. Perfect. And it's perfect, like, Jets aura, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like, this makes sense. The fact that this is the Jets is perfect because they're the Jets.
Yes.
This wouldn't work out naturally for them.
No.
It would have to be difficult because they are the Jets Jets.
Yes.
But man, I'm so ready for it to be done.
You don't have to like how Lamar Jackson has handled his business. A lot of people don't like that his mom is representing him. Sure. He doesn't have an agent and some other things that he's done. The question, did he sell out his team with the injury? You can question all those things. A lot of pushback that we've heard from like the Falcons and other people, he can't fit our playing style, and they've questioned his professionalism as well. That's some of the stuff that bothers me. Like, if you're going to question professionalism, Aaron Rodgers is the definition of it. He's not even answering phone calls, as Brian, I can't pronounce his last name, but the boss of for the Packers said, we tried to reach out to him. He ain't picking up or returning our calls. That's unprofessionalism. Saying you want to get something done before free agency and still nothing has been resolved. That's unprofessionalism. Like, he is the definition of it. Everybody's getting all this smoke for Lamar, and I think it's completely outrageous. Completely.
It is.
Yeah.
And man, you've got, Lamar has a home, so we can't really necessarily consider him a homeless quarterback because he could play for the Ravens if he wants to. I doubt that he's going to.
Yeah.
You've got other guys like Aaron Rodgers, obviously we talked about. He's kind of the epitome of the homeless quarterback at this point.
Yes.
Um, Cam Newton, another one that's sitting out there somewhat homeless and has been for a couple years.
Oh, Cam.
Somebody today suggested that the Ravens should just sign Cam.
That would be nasty. That would be gross. I listen, I love Cam Newton. I love the run he had, the MVP moments he had. Bruh, you are too arrogant for what you've done in the past. Now, while that was great that what you did then, you've never been. I don't think I've ever would call Cam a good to great passer. I don't think that's ever been in his game. He's been, dynamic, but he's a sub 60% completion percentage of his life. Like, that's not good. And football, the NFL is a what have you done for me lately type business. Cam is cooked at this point, bro. It hurts my heart, but I need him to get off a microphone too. Tuck that hair away, bro. Like you doing too much, Cam. You got to relax, fam.
Yeah. So we'll see how it all shakes out. I don't know. We got to stop talking about Aaron Rodgers, though. I just want to be done talking about Jalen
It's bad for our
Rodgers.
mental health.
It is. I'm just done talking about him. So let's move on to the draft. And we're going to grade some mock drafts that have recently come out. But, Eric, before we do that, I want to talk about our live draft show because with mock drafts comes all this excitement for the actual draft that's happening April 27th.
Yes.
And if you are as excited as we are about the draft, you're in for a huge treat.
Huge treat. So join us for our exclusive 2023 NFL Draft live show where your favorite analysts, AJ, Eric, and Dylan will be breaking down each first round pick as it happens. That's right, we'll be reacting live to all the drama, surprises, and jaw-dropping moments of this year's NFL Draft.
And we want you guys to be a part of the action too.
Yes.
Share your thoughts, your reactions, and predictions live in the comments. And our hosts, us, Dylan, Eric, AJ, your favorite people in Detroit that talk about sports, will be with you to interact throughout the show. So don't miss a chance to engage with fellow Lions fans and us as well.
Yes, indeed. So mark your calendars for the 2023 NFL Draft live show for April 27th, hosted by DSN Detroit Sports Nation. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of this epic event on the way.
We will be live. We will see you there. And as always, go Lions.
And
you know what, Dre?
Okay.
We can't wait either. And Amy, we are excited too, just like
What
they
up,
have.
Amy?
I want to remind you to drop your comments because we are getting ready to grade some mock drafts.
Yes.
Now, Eric, what I did is I went and I pulled 3 mock drafts that reach all the way back to Saturday. So they're about a week old and some that are as recent as 11 hours old.
Okay.
And so what I want to do is I want to look through all 3 of them and I want to say, which one do we like the most here? Which one makes the most sense for the Detroit Lions? So let's start with the oldest. It's actually written by a former DSN contributor, Logan, and it's on All Lions from Fan Nation, okay? Yes. And I want to give you this. He did not make any trades, but I'm just going to run down the list of his picks.
Okay.
First round 1, pick 6, Jalen Carter.
Okay.
First round, round 18, Deonte Banks, Maryland cornerback.
Okay.
Round 2, pick 48, Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia. Round 2, pick 55, Jack Campbell, linebacker from Iowa. Round 3, pick 81, Cedric Tillman, the wide receiver from Tennessee. Round 5, pick 152, Roshan Johnson, the running back at Texas, who backed up Bijan. Round 6, pick 183, John Gaines, interior offensive lineman from UCLA. And round 6, 194, Daniel Scott, safety from California. What do you think of those picks? How would you feel if that was the Lions draft?
If this is the Lions draft, I'm expecting a playoff win as soon as this season. Not getting to the playoffs, not just hosting a division game, not just winning the division. I'm expecting them to win a playoff game with that draft. That is phenomenal. We both agree that we don't think Jalen Carter is going to get past the Lions. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they would draft him at 6 if he's there.
So.
I love Deontay Banks. He has a lot of good upside as a corner out of Maryland. Had a really good combine, if I'm not mistaken. And then the second round comes, and I think this is where I think the best value comes. People might push back on a tight end in the second round. I love it. I love it. I think
I'm okay with it.
while tight end is a position that's a bit of a luxury, it is still a bit of a need, and I think it would serve Jared Goff well in his passing game to get him some size, to get him some extra blocking, and to get an extra big body. Darnell 6'7", 264, huge target. And then one of my favorite players in the draft, Jack Campbell. I don't even think he's going to be there this late, but if you find a way to get him at 55, oh, you're cooking with gas. I love
It's a
it.
good
I
draft.
would love. That's a great draft. Absolutely.
It's a good draft.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on. Another one we found from
What?
Tuesday.
You're not going to give your spin on it? What would you think? What do you think about it?
I'm okay with the tight end in the second round, just like
Okay.
you are.
Yeah.
I don't want to use one in the first round. Deontay Banks, I don't love that
No? Okay.
at 18.
Okay.
It also depends on like who was there, and he doesn't really give reasoning as to who's still on the board and all of that stuff, but he's adding depth to a strength already. I'm okay with that. Don't love it. Jack Campbell, though, like you said, that's the ultimate value at 255. I
Yeah.
doubt that he's there, but that is great value. You're adding to the wide receiver room. You're adding to the running back room. You're adding to the interior offensive line. Like it's a lot more depth than anything while addressing what we would call probably your biggest need with Jalen Carter at 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got no problem with it.
Okay.
I'd give that probably a solid like B+.
I think that's good. Yeah, I say B plus A minus just because of the fortune that you got.
Yeah.
And yeah, if Banks is who you're picking, Witherspoon, Joey Porter Jr., and Gonzalez are clearly gone. Like
Have
there's
to
no
be
way
off the
you
board.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
way you pick
No
them
way.
ahead of those three. There's
No
no
way.
way.
So let's move to our second mock draft that
Okay.
came out on Tuesday. This one involves a trade.
Oh,
Okay.
cool, okay.
Before we get to that, I want to say, what's up, Robert? He said, what up? So this trade, the Lions give up number 6 to the Washington Commanders. They receive 16, 247, and round 7, 233.
Okay.
So they add 2 extra picks in this draft, and then they get a round 2 in 2024, but that's irrelevant for these purposes.
Okay.
At round 116, or at round 1, pick 16, they got Khalija Cansey.
Love it.
At round 1, pick 18, they got Nolan Smith.
Love it.
Okay. At round 2, pick 47, DeMarvion Overshawn, the linebacker from Texas. Round 240, pick 48, Julius Brent from Kansas State, a cornerback.
Okay.
Round 255, and I feel like this is a reach. Jaden Reed at 255. That's a massive reach.
Wow.
Round 3, pick 81, Jamie Robinson. Round 5, pick 152, Kenny McIntosh, a halfback from Georgia. Round 6, pick 183, Aiden O'Connell, the quarterback from Purdue. Round 6, pick 194, the guard from UCLA, Antonio Mafi. And then round 7, pick 233, Jake Moody.
Oh, man.
I don't love this one.
No.
At all. This is a solid C- to a D for me.
Yeah, we're lockstep with that one.
I
Robert,
love Cansey. I love Cansey and Nolan Smith. Started out really great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then at 247, like I wonder who was still on the board that made you choose Overshawn.
Yeah.
I wonder who was on the board at 248, the very next pick that made you pick Julius Brent. And then picking Jaden Reed in the second round, pick 55. Like he's going to be there in the 5th round, most likely.
Absolutely, he will be.
That's the reach of all reaches.
Yes.
Jamie Robinson, I like him from Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Adding depth to the running back room of Kenny McIntosh, great. Aiden O'Connell, we know that they're going to draft a quarterback at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I still am partial to my guy, Clayton Tune. I wish that they would go for him, but I didn't see that they were on his list of interviews that he had this week.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
And then Antonio Mafi, okay, and I like Jake Moody, so obviously picking Jake Moody with the last pick would be great, but this draft overall is a solid C minus, D plus.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can get much higher than that. I mean, Jaden Reed's been one of my favorite players I've talked about in the draft. Getting him in the second is nuts. Like you just mentioned addressing running back help in the 5th round. That's kind of where I think they're going to teeter around getting some receiver help as well, especially if it's going to be Jaden Reed. You're not reaching that damn high to get him in the 2nd round. I love adding
Absolutely
that
not.
extra capital. Like that was awesome, but that's what you do with it. I don't love that. I don't love that. Yeah, I can't give this higher than a D plus.
I don't love it either. It was pretty terrible. So we move
Yeah.
to the next one from CBS Sports and Jared Dubin. Okay.
Okay.
This is a 7-round mock, no trades. And here's how it plays out.
Okay.
Round 1, pick 6, Anthony Richardson. Round 1, pick 18, Zay Flowers, wide receiver from Boston College. Round 2, pick 48, Felix Nduke Uzoma, edge from Kansas State. Round 2, pick 55, Tyreek Stevenson, cornerback from Miami. Round 3, pick 81, Devin Achaney, running back from Texas A&M. Round 5, pick 152, Gerard Clark, interior defensive lineman, Coastal Carolina. Round 6, pick 183, Juice Scruggs, interior offensive lineman from Penn State. And round 6, pick 194, Will Mallory, tight end from Miami. An offense-heavy draft with that
Oh
one.
man.
And I feel like your legs twitching a little bit because you're like, I want to give
Oh,
this an A. I want to give it an A. I want to give it an A. You do so bad, don't you?
I want to. I really do. I'm not gonna rip it, but I don't hate it. I hate a little bit of it. Listen, the focal point of this draft for fans is gonna be the first 2 picks.
100%.
I'm standing 10 toes down on my take. I'm okay with Anthony Richardson being taken by the Lions in the 1st round. I'm not against it. I'm not. Zay Flowers in this 1st round as well, at receiver. Don't love that. I don't love that. I think he's going to be a good player, but I don't love going for a receiver, even after taking or even before taking an edge rusher in the 2nd round. I just feel like you ignored too many needs, and if you're making win now moves, you're going to have to address more so. Like if you're going to go best player available, it has to be best defensive player available at some point. 2 top receivers or 2 top offensive players, and then reaching for what you did the defensive round in the 2nd. I don't love that. But I don't hate it as much as the
Maximilian's not a
last one.
fan of any of them.
None of them, Max.
I
Not even
feel
the 1st
like,
one.
well, so I feel like a combination of them would be great, right? So if there was a way to like get Jalen Carter at 6, like
Yeah,
again, if he's there, that's who the Lions are taking. I think we both stand very firm on that, even if Anthony Richardson's on the board.
100%.
Then if you found a way to maybe at 18 get Nolan Smith,
Yeah, I love that.
like if he's there, that's a great first 2 picks.
Yep.
Then maybe you find a way to get a Tyreek Stevenson, a cornerback, or Darnell Washington or Jack Campbell. Like a combination of these would be great. But on their whole, like even this last one, I'm sorry, man. I'd be okay if they took Anthony Richardson if he fell to 18. I would not be okay with them taking Anthony Richardson if he was there at 6. Especially depending on who was on the board.
Right.
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Jalen Carter's on the board and Anthony Richardson's on the board, and they take Anthony Richardson. How are you feeling about that pick?
So then I get Jalen Carter.
No, they took Anthony Richardson over
Oh,
Jalen Carter.
Jesus.
How are you feeling about that pick?
I'm not feeling good about that one. I'm not. Again, you have to. If Jalen's there, you take him. And again, it's not like if they were to take Anthony Richardson and let's say there's a Kansas with the 2nd pick, maybe it might help me warm up to it. But I don't want to see them passing on Jalen Carter if he's there at 6. I just don't want to see it.
Unless, again, there's reason why they are passing on him. We have both said and we both agree that we trust Brad Holmes. And so if we trust Brad Holmes, then we have to find a way to, be okay if they do pass on him. However, if they do pass on him at True Tell is telling us to stop.
He back. Oh,
He-
that's right. He don't like the Jalen Carter.
Does not like Jalen Carter at
we
all
ain't
with number
forgot,
6.
man. We
And
ain't
that's
forgot.
okay, True Teller. Like everybody's entitled to their opinions, and so are we. We just the value of the football player there is immense.
Yes.
And I just don't know if you can pass on it.
Yeah. I don't think you can. You want with that number 6 pick. Like I said, I'm okay with Anthony Richardson, but I really want a player that they can play on day one with that number 6 pick. If you spin, like I said, you spin to get 18 and you get somebody else that can play day one like Kansas, it'll warm me up a little bit. But Carter is a player that I don't believe that the Lions are in a position that they can miss. I think they
I
have enough pieces around where
yeah.
they can make him serviceable, even if it's a 2 down sets. Like he don't have to be 3 down like Aaron Rodgers or Aaron Donald, excuse me.
I want to
Yeah.
touch on this. Does he mean Austin? Do you mean Hooker, Hendon Hooker in the first round, Jalen Carter and Hendon Hooker in the first round?
Ooh.
Because I don't have anybody in my draft Bible named Booker.
Yeah. That must be
So I just
Hooker.
want to make sure that we're talking about the right
Let us
people
know.
because, again, I think Hooker in the first round is a reach.
Yeah, me
Is
too.
a massive reach,
Yep.
actually.
Yep.
I think he in the second round. I'm less upset if they take Hooker in the second
Yeah.
round. So this is interesting. Dre Johnson says that Jalen Carter is another example of a football player getting a pass for reckless and dangerous behavior that literally ruins lives.
I
I don't know
mean,
how to react to that because,
yeah,
like, he's not. I get it. I get why he's saying that.
yeah.
I
You're not
totally get why he's saying that.
yeah.
But I don't know if I necessarily agree with you, Dre.
Yeah, I don't think we know enough to come to that conclusion yet. If it
Yeah.
does, if we do see more, then
Yeah,
then
for
we'll
sure.
step out on the ledge with you. Be like, all right, yeah, we can't take this guy. But at this point, I don't think the Lions know enough. And maybe they have. They just haven't told us anything yet. This is smokescreen season where we don't know if anything is real about what they're saying when we
So I
start
think
holding
that we
hold their
have,
actions.
just to answer this, like, Dre, I think they have held him accountable.
Yeah, he
Like,
definitely has been held
if
accountable.
we trust, and maybe this is another hot button topic that is not worth the discussion on this show, but if you believe that those people did their job at that scene and you believe that it went through the proper legal process, then he pled guilty. He's serving his probation and his community service and his driving school and all of those different things. That is accountability. It
Mm-hmm.
may not necessarily be the accountability that you would have wanted for him or something to that effect, but this is also a 20-year-old kid that was stupid, just like we all were stupid when we were 20 years old. His is just highlighted because of the profile that he has. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not trying to make excuses for him. I just want to make sure that we are not sitting up here in some type of glass house that's saying, "Oh, that kid made a mistake. We don't take mistakes."
Yeah, and on
Because
top, no,
go
go
ahead,
ahead, go.
go.
No, I was just gonna say maybe this is a lesser extent of it, but dropping down from being the number one pick to potentially where you may be between 6 to I don't think he'll slip outside of 10, but I've seen
He won't. He won't
mocks
get
where he
past the
has.
Bears.
I don't think so either. But I think that is a part of it. I think that's some of the accountability and some of the repercussions about what's happened. But I don't know. I guess we won't know for sure until the draft gets here. But yeah.
So True Tell says, "May I ask you, as dominant as you say Carter is, can you name a great season? I'm asking, as Carter objectively gotten better, or has he lived on being more talented as a 5-star recruit?" I It depends on how you judge an interior defensive lineman. The fact that Jalen Carter played on a defensive line that had the number one overall pick last year, which arguably shouldn't have been the number one overall pick,
Right.
and then also has Nolan Smith shooting up draft boards as well, means that he actually did his job.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers may not be there, but it all depends on how you grade an interior defensive lineman.
Right.
Did he stop the run? Did he play the pass when he was there? He had the third most snaps on their defense last season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really conditioning issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it also could be a scheme issue. With that amount of talent that they have, they don't need the big body guys to be in on passing downs.
Right.
So we're taking all of this into a vacuum when there's a lot more context that's involved in grading these types of guys. So it's very hard to judge and say, oh, he had a dominant season. Well, maybe his dominant season was the fact that his edges shone brightly.
Right. And that's what you get with a defensive tackle. Like, you're not going to see the numbers pop off to justify their value. You're going to see that with what Hutch would look like, with what James Houston does, to see the blitzes that they dial up, the creative schemes that they can do, like the double teams that he takes on to free up one-on-ones. Like, those are the things that you look at to determine and justify taking somebody like that. Even if he's a 2-down player with that kind of impact, that justifies it. You're gonna see it in the pass rush that the Lions have, which they're trying to build.
So Mike brings up an interesting situation that we have actually talked about. What if the Lions get Carter at 6 and Kancey at 18?
Oh, man. I mean, that would be good.
That would make the draft a successful draft right off the bat.
It would.
I mean, that's not a bad situation to be in.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't seem thrilled about it.
I don't love taking the same position back to back. I wouldn't love that. I mean, I do think they're both great players, but if you trust McNeil, which I do, who, he showed some promise and some, some progress last season. And even with Bugs, like a lot of those guys as well, like those role players got to count in too. I don't love the idea of taking the same position back to back.
But think about
one round.
But think about this. How many down linemen do the Lions play with?
4, if I'm not mistaken.
4?
Yeah.
So you would team up Carter and Aleem, and you would team up Kancey and Bugs. And you've got a rotation.
Yeah.
And you've got a solid rotation.
That's strong.
And at some point, you could put Carter and Kancey in at the same time.
Mm-hmm. You could.
With Hutch on one edge and James Houston on the other.
That's true. It's also probably not going to be outside of maybe Nolan Smith. There's maybe not a whole lot of other edges around that pick. Okay, all right, you sold me. I'm in. I'm in, Mike.
You want to talk about drafting? Like, again, we go back to the fact that the Lions have no pressing needs going into the draft. No. If they were to address any area to strengthen, it would be defensive tackle.
Yeah,
not a bad thing to take them back to back. However, we don't know. Six is going to the draft starts at pick 3. We believe Stroud. Stroud and Young are going to go 1 and 2.
Yep.
The draft starts at 3 because that's the first spot that somebody's going to trade up to get a quarterback.
Yep.
Lions depending on where they trade up, that affects other plans.
Yes.
Right?
Definitely does.
If there's 3 quarterbacks off the board in the first 3 picks, somebody's either going to try to jump to 4 with Indianapolis, or Indianapolis is going to take the next quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have 4 quarterbacks off the board, which then takes Carter or Anderson, in my opinion, off the board and leaves you with one of the other 2. Like, if I were a betting man, that's how I see this draft kind of playing out. I think there's going to be a trade up, possibly 2 trade ups in the first 6 picks. All 4 quarterbacks will be off the board.
I agree with that. I agree. And Arizona has not been shy either. They've openly said they're open for business.
And then the wild card is Tyree Wilson. If a team loves Tyree Wilson more than Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, there's a really, really good chance that one of those 2 are going to be there for the Lions at 6. This is an interesting question. If you trust the Lions on Carter, why don't you trust the Lions if they draft Anthony Richardson?
True teller, I'm with you, bro. I'm 100% with you. I am with you.
But it's not a character issue with Richardson.
But people have also spoke. You're right. It's not solely character for Carter either. They've talked about his pro day. They've talked about his conditioning. So it's also football that works in it with as well. He's 100% right, though. Like, it's the same argument that I've been making this whole offseason. You have enough foundation set for a quarterback to succeed. Like, let's be clear. Chat, talk to me. How many of y'all were excited for Jared Goff when he came to the Lions initially? He wasn't that good his first season, but the foundation around him made him better. So if you prepare a quarterback to be better, to succeed, like Pat Mahomes had when he was drafted early, like you can see some reward to those dividends. I'm 100% with you, truth teller. You ain't lying, bro.
And I've been clear too. I'm not against it. I don't love it at 6 because I think that there's better value there. But
Sure.
we have also said, and we've been very clear, if there's a fantastic situation for Mr. Richardson to be drafted to, it would be the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
It would be.
Yes.
So, like, yeah, I'm not going to love it, but I can for sure live with it.
Because you made the point. You said he's a player that's going to is either going to make or break a GM's job with that pick. I believe the Lions are not in that position. I don't believe that. I think they have enough foundational pieces around where you could take a stash away player like him and wait and then still get somebody good for defense at number 18. And I don't think you will be looking at that as, oh, you have to hit with that position right. Like, no, you don't. Like, you can keep him away for a minute, and he's not a player that has to play right away like you would if you go to the Raiders or the Colts or whoever else would get him at that spot.
I don't know. I disagree with that a little bit. I disagree with that a lot, actually, because the Lions are in a position where they could stash somebody, but the goal would be to never be picking at 6 again. So this should be your last top 10 pick for a long time. And you want that top 10 pick on the field as soon as possible. Richardson's not getting on the field within 2 years, barring injury, of course.
Right.
And if you draft Richardson at 6, he's still your number 3 quarterback.
Not pushing
You know what
for
I mean?
Nate Sudfeld. No, I mean,
I'm not pushing for him either, but if Goff goes down this season, they're not. It would be detrimental to Richardson's career for him to get tossed into the fire.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to see that right
So
away.
that's why you would put him at 3, and Sudfeld would take over, and then he's still the backup if Sudfeld gets hurt. Then maybe in year 2, he jumps to number 2 as a quarterback while Goff plays out the final year of his contract, and then year 3 he could take over. It's there. It's there for that to happen, but I don't think it's we have the ability and the luxury to stash away, because you still have issues, right? Like, you still need defensive interior linemen. And
which you
Max
could
makes
address
up
with
a
a
good
second
point
pick.
here. He says, why can't you just pick up a quarterback in the 2nd or 3rd round that can flourish in the same system?
You could.
Easily.
You could. I'm not against that at all. I'm also not against the idea, especially because of him. Like, it's Richardson's upside that attracts me the most. Like, if it's Will Levis we're talking about, I'm out. Like, I'm not for that. And if it, like Hooker, I've seen people reach and talk about him going early. I'm not high on that. I think Richardson
2nd or 3rd for Hooker.
Yes, I agree. I think Richardson would be the best quarterback set for the Lions to take at that position at 6. Like, I just think, yes, you would prefer to get a player that can play right now immediately. But what you just talked about with the needs, which I don't think are as many as people are talking about, you can still find a D tackle in the 1st round with number 18. If they only had one 1st round pick, it wouldn't even be a discussion. Get a defensive player and dead the conversation. But I think they do have some wiggle room where they could make that happen.
They might. They might.
The wins a game changer. I don't think we do draft. Okay.
And that's kind of what I'm saying, Austin, is this should hopefully be your last top 10 pick for 4 to 5 years.
So you believe if the Lions were to take Richardson, and I don't want to say he doesn't pan out, but you think it could potentially risk the long-term tenure of this regime for the Lions?
Potentially.
For the Lions, not any other team, just the Lions.
Well, I think for any, I've been very clear. I think that he's the type of prospect that could either make a GM look like a genius, or could completely ruin their career.
Wow.
In the sense that listen, and I think that Anthony Richardson's a very exciting player. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hate on Anthony. I think he's very exciting. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of questions. There's a lot of question marks with all these quarterbacks. I haven't been high on this quarterback class, and you know that from the get-go.
You've been consistent about that, yeah.
So there's a lot of question marks. I think he's the biggest risk-reward quarterback in this class.
I'm with that. Yeah.
With CJ Stroud, you kind of know what you're getting. With Bryce Young, you kind of know what you're getting. Will Levis, he's Will Levis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Me neither.
Anthony Richardson, though, he has the highest upside, but also the biggest potential to bust. Because I think he only has 30 games in college, and the
Yeah.
tougher defenses that he played against, the lower his accuracy was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can throw the ball a mile for sure. I mean, he can throw it so far that he hits the roof when he tries to throw a deep ball. I get that. But he also struggled to throw an out route at the combine.
Mm-hmm.
Not just struggled to throw an out, he struggled to throw an out.
Mm-hmm. I
And,
recall.
and that to me raises a bit of a red flag.
Which is fair. But my point is, again, you've seen quarterbacks still be able to find success when there's foundational pieces around him that help them. Like, again, Goff was not great when his last few years with the Rams, and even the first year he had with the Lions. He was not fantastic, but as the team got better and he got chemistry with Amon-Ra and that offensive line got healthy and they added pieces to the running game, you saw him flourish. Now, while we don't need to see Richardson flourish right away, I'm not against the idea of stashing him for a couple years. I don't think it would risk the team's tenure with the GMs. I don't believe so.
Lion Eyes wants to talk about the interior offensive lineman. Why is right guard not seen as a need? Do you really trust old man broken back who hasn't played in a year, Vitae, or old man 8th worst center in the league last year, Glasgow, to keep Goff safe? I want you to take that one.
We survived with Evan Brown last season, man. So they had a long rotation of guards last season because of their health. So I think they'll be serviceable for this year. I definitely think guard is a need. Like, if there's
for sure
any offensive positions, guard would really be the top offensive position need for the draft for the Lions. It's more important than receiver, more important than tight end. No, guard should absolutely be a need that they're talking about in that draft room.
Which is why if Osiris Torrance is available at 18 and you've gotten Jalen Carter at 6 or Tyree Wilson, if you go that route, or maybe somebody else. Again, trying to predict what Brad Holmes is thinking in the draft is like trying to pick a needle out of a haystack. It's nearly impossible.
Yes.
But if you get what you need in a Carter or a Wilson, I would not love the fact if they took Richardson at 6 and then Torrance at 18. But if Torrance is there at 18 and you feel like you've done well with 6, then yeah, absolutely take a guard at 18. If if Steve Avila is there in the second round, that's a very good way to address that right guard situation.
Yep, great value pick. I would love that. And I think, the only thing you can predict, the only thing we can predict and know about Brad Holmes is he's going to smack that table again like he's done the past 2 seasons. That's all we know he's going to do.
True Teller, you're correct. I people who think Bijan's in play,
I don't think so.
Again, this would be as surprising as the Jameson Williams pick at 12 last year.
Yeah.
If he took Bijan at 18.
Yes.
So I don't know. And True Teller, I think we finally are in agreement. We want Will Anderson at 6. If the question is, if Will Anderson's there at 6 and Jalen Carter are both there at 6,
Will Anderson.
For
sure.
Not even a question.
No thought.
But if Will Anderson's not there at 6 and Jalen Carter is, then again, it's no question. It's Jalen Carter. That's kind of where we fall, just to make sure that everybody is on board with that. You don't think that we're too heretical when it comes to Lions football, because we have a plan. We have a plan. We have no idea what Brad's going to do. But at the same time, that's what makes the whole process fun.
Yes. We have football minds. We know, we have a good idea what would make
not
it
according
right.
to some people.
Right, yeah. Not me, according to other people, but it's okay.
Whatever. It is what it is. Hey, listen, we have been around for a while tonight. It's time for us to hop off. We have another show dropping tomorrow at 5 o'clock to kick off your weekend the correct way. It's going to be all about Amon-Ra St. Brown, who we're excited to talk about tomorrow. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 5 o'clock. That goes along with our new schedule for Beyond the Box, live at you twice a week, Monday and Thursday night at 9 o'clock, and then dropping a little bit more in-depth shows at 5 on Friday and on Tuesday. We appreciate everyone that has stuck around tonight. Thank you for the comments. We appreciate y'all. Do not forget that live draft show, April 27th. It's going to be a good time. Guaranteed. You will not want to watch any other coverage because we are better than them all. He's Eric Vincent. I'm AJ Riley. This has been your favorite Detroit sports show, Beyond the Box. We will catch you tomorrow at 5 o'clock.